Amid tensions between the Philippines and China in the West Philippine Sea, President Rodrigo Duterte believes that a war is unlikely to happen. In a speech over the weekend, the president also disclosed a conversation he had with Chinese President Xi Jinping wherein he insists that the Philippines cannot give up its sovereignty over the West Philippine Sea.
At this late day and age of our civilization, I cannot really find a very cogent reason why a war should break out. That is why tayo sa Pilipinas vis-a-vis with China. And I'm glad that they have also adopted the same behavior. We continue to talk.
Mr. Duterte also reiterated his position that the country could not go to war. He also expressed his willingness to visit the disputed area as a civilian so that he could not aggravate the situation further. In 2016, Mr. Duterte promised to go to the West Philippine Sea on a jet ski. Years later, he clarified that the statement was just part of his campaign strategy.
But we cannot afford fighting with China. We cannot win and we will lose, and the population will suffer.
Defense Chief Delfin Lorenzana says in an international dialogue held in Singapore that the Philippines is walking on a tightrope. He says the country needs to balance its relations between two superpowers. At least 3 diplomatic protests have been filed against Beijing in recent weeks. The country protested the unilateral fishing ban declared by China on May 31st. The Philippines also opposed the quote, illegal return of Chinese vessels in the Julian Felipe Reef. Manila also slams the recent incidents in Ayungin Shoal by the Chinese Coast Guard. In a statement, Chinese Ambassador Wang Zhilian said that differences are expected between neighbors and the best way to handle this is through bilateral consultations. On the Julian Felipe Reef, the Chinese ambassador maintains that the area is a traditional fishing ground for Chinese fishermen and there is nothing unusual with their activities there. China maintains that the maritime dispute in the South China Sea is just a small part of the overall bilateral relations between Manila and Beijing. Tristan Nodalo, CNN Philippines.